They're getting closer and closer to the bomb, and they have to be told in no uncertain terms that will not be allowed to happen. I think it's important to understand that we cannot allow it to happen. Our clocks are ticking at a different pace. We're closer than the United States. We're more vulnerable. And therefore, we'll have to address this question of how to stop Iran, perhaps before the United States does.
Ambassador John Bolton is a former U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, of course. He is also a Fox News contributor. Ambassador Bolton, welcome. Good afternoon to you. Very strong words by Benjamin Netanyahu, who clearly said that he senses that there is just no sense of urgency in this matter.
Well, I think it's worse than that, actually. He's worried that the West, the United States and Europe, have fallen for the trap that newly elected Iranian President Hassan Rouhani has set to resume negotiations about Iran's nuclear weapons program. For 10 years, Iran has used negotiations to buy time that was critical to overcome the many scientific and technological hurdles that have to be overcome to have a deliverable nuclear weapon. Rouhani himself 10 years ago was Iran's chief nuclear negotiator, and he boasted after he left that job about how he had basically suckered Europe and the United States into negotiating while Iran made progress. I think he's got the same thing in mind, and I think Netanyahu is worried that the West will fall for it and Iran will just go even further than they are now toward that nuclear capability.
I mean, clearly, on his part, speaking out on the Sunday shows is one way of, getting that message across. We know that he and President Obama have not always seen eye to eye on this issue, have they?
Well, I don't think they see eye to eye at all. I mean, obviously, Israel would prefer that the United States take the hard decision to use military force against Iran's nuclear program. I don't see any possibility that President Obama is going to do that. So I think that's why Netanyahu is reminding everybody that Israel is in a different position. It has lesser capabilities, and it has to worry that if they don't act and the United States doesn't act, then Iran gets nuclear weapons.
How likely do you think that is, a missile strike on the part of Israel to take out what they see